Hi there. We're at the Moomin Museum, and for those not familiar with Moomins, they are the characters created by Tove Jansson, well loved by both children and adults, including my two adult children, Emily and Harriet. This is the only Moomin museum in the world, and it takes visitors on a magical journey into the world of Moomin. We're at the museum today to have a chat with Celine. She's originally from France. She's lived in Finland for 11 years and moved here to Tampere about 1 year ago. As a mother of two, she's interested in helping international families settle and mix with like-minded families. So why did she move here? Let's go and find out about her story. Celine, great to meet you today, and thanks for coming to talk to us about your experiences of living in Tampere.
Thank you, Nick, for having me today. It's really an honor to be discussing with you today.
Great stuff. So let's start with your experiences of getting to Tampere. So can you tell us a bit about the journey here and how you ended up living here in Tampere today?
Yes, so I have been living in Finland for more than 11 years now. And since we've had a couple of kids, then we've decided to move here to Tampere from Turku. My husband's family is actually from Tampere, so that was the main reason for us to move here.
Okay, that's very nice. Lovely to hear. And how would you describe your experiences of life in Tampere? How has it been over the time you've lived here?
So now I have been living in Tampere for a bit over a year, and I have to say that it's been really a great journey. Everything has been going relatively smoothly, and really with the kids, everything is going really well. The kids have already a lot of friends through the daycare that they are going to. And I've also developed my own network as a mom, which is also important after you move to a new city. So definitely it's been going really well. And we really love also the fact that the city of Tampere is so dynamic and a lot of things are happening, like culture-wise. So it's really great for the kids to get to know different type of activities and taking part in different events which are organized for the kids as well. So everything has been going really well.
That sounds lovely. Yeah, it really is a dynamic, fast-growing, as we probably both know, city at this point in time. And I talked a bit in your introduction about you working with families and helping them integrate. So could you tell us a little bit about what you're up to there?
Yes, so as a Tampere Talent Ambassador, I have developed one project which is called Minibloom. And this project is aimed at supporting international families to integrate here in Tampere and in the Pirkanmaa region. So what we want is that families find their own network, get to meet like-minded international families, but also to meet local families, which is really an important part for integration. So through the Minibloom, so basically what we have currently is a Facebook group. And through this group, we aim at promoting events and happenings in English. So those events are not necessarily in English themselves, because we believe that the kids are probably already going to Finnish schools or they already understand some Finnish. So we want to market and promote the events to the parents, so the parents know what's happening in the city and to help them to integrate as family.
That's a terrific example of the talent Tampere ambassadors in action, I think. Really nice example of that. Great to hear. And you mentioned if people want to get involved in that, it's through Facebook.
Yes, so through Facebook, we promote the events. We also try to also give some information about the Flag Day. So we also want to promote the Finnish culture, for example, around Christmas, Easter. Then we also have some specific posts to promote like how are Finns celebrating those events. So we want to promote the culture, and if there are some events related to this event, so then we also promote them through this group. The idea is also in the future that we would have some face-to-face events, so we would visit also some places which are targeted for families. There are, for example, a couple of examples like Rula Center or this Kotila Center. So that's a good way also for families to meet other international families who have moved to Tampere, but also to meet Finnish families who are also interested in networking with internationals and can also share their experiences. How is it to live here in Tampere as a local?
I think that's a really lovely service opportunity you're providing, because, of course, when you move to a new city, social networks are can be one of the biggest challenges. So that's a terrific opportunity for people moving here. Great to hear. And particularly the flag days, they always catch me out. Why is the Finnish flag flying today? So I'll definitely be tuning in to find out more about those. That's really nice.
Yes, definitely. Join our group and you can follow the Flag Day.
I will. Yes. Thanks for that. That's great stuff. We talked a little bit before this interview about Finnish language and coming to terms with that. What have your experience been with working with the Finnish language?
So I personally believe that learning Finnish and at least understanding Finnish is quite an important part to integrate in the Finnish society. For me, what I decided as soon as I moved to Finland, I decided to start learning the language right away, because while being with my husband's family, when everyone was speaking Finnish at family reunions, for example, yes, some of them did speak in English with me, but I felt like I'm losing so much of the events and the old culture aspect also of being together. So for me, that was my first motivation, is to understand when my new family was speaking in Finnish. So I decided to learn Finnish. I went through the integration and intensive courses, which were organized by the city of Turku, where I was living previously. And for a couple of years, I went to the Finnish language courses. And now I can happily say that I'm not fluent, but I can manage in Finnish and also work in Finnish. So
that's great to hear. Great. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned those integration courses. So good that you contacted City of Turku, and of course City of Tampere. We're providing that kind of support as well through International House Tampere and Tredu and so on. And I think those are a really valuable opportunity for internationals. So that's great to hear as well.
Definitely. And also I would maybe recommend for all internationals who are starting to learn Finnish, to be patient. It takes a lot of time to learn Finnish, but also to dare speaking. I still remember when I had my first conversation in Finnish, let's say, and it was with my mother-in-law. And suddenly my husband from the background asked oh, who is speaking Finnish with you, Mom? So I was kind of proud that, now I managed to speak a little bit in Finnish, and that's how it started then.
Yeah, be bold, be brave, indeed.
Yes. And then confidence comes from that. So.
Yeah, I was going to ask you for some tips. You've already given some, so that's terrific. But now I'm going to ask you, so what were the challenges that you feel you faced, perhaps either when moving to Finland or even here to Tampere? So.
I would say that the biggest challenge I had when moving to Tampere was to find accommodation. I moved from Turku to Tampere with my family. I have 2 small kids. And for us, it was a priority to live in the city center because my kids are going to the French-speaking daycare, which is located in the center. It's a great chance that we have this French-speaking daycare here in Tampere. So we definitely wanted to have our kids going to that daycare. So it was a must for us to live in the center. And as we are both with my husband also working from home, it was important to have a big enough accommodation also for us. So it took some time to look for the accommodation. Of course, we were using all the online services at first to try to find the right place. But it was challenging. There was not that much available places to start with. And yeah, so finally we used our own network. We wrote some posts on Facebook asking if no one would know someone who has a flat that we could rent, and this is how we actually found our place. So
okay, so perseverance and networking.
Yes.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay. And as we mentioned, you've got a young family. So can you tell us a bit about what you like to do in your spare time, in your free time in the lovely city of Tampere?
yes, so my kids are 2 and 4. And what we love the most about the city of Tampere is that there are a lot of playgrounds in the city center. Okay. So with the kids, whatever the weather is, it's really easy to just go out and then do some activities, go to some nice parks. They are all so close, and there are so many of them, like the Pikkukakonen Park, for example, is, I think, their favorite. So that's probably our favorite activity to do together as a family. But what I also really like to do is to go to museum with my kids. I myself have the museum card, so it's really good opportunity to go with the kids and see different exhibitions. Come here, for example, to the Moomin Museum,
Of course, yeah.
and go to other like museum which are really suitable for small kids. Also, like Vapriki also has really great exhibitions. So going to museum with the kids is really something we like to do also together. And also the whole Pirkanmaa region has also nice museum and places to visit with the kids. For example, in Sastamala, we like to go to Hera Karainen house as well. And yes.
Sounds lovely. Yeah. Tampere, we're very lucky. It's a culturally rich city, so there's always plenty to do with children. So that's great. Nice to hear. Okay, Celine, thank you very much for coming to talk to us today.
Thank you, Nick.